I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
We do need the boomer intro, and I apologize if my audio was stuttering, but let me know in the comment section. But I just had to address this, and this is a lesson. This isn't economics or disagreeing with Democrats or some. I wanted to point out more evidence, if you didn't need more, that your leaders and the adults for the past fucking 60 years don't know what the fuck they were doing. I don't know. People are like, oh, did you see what happened at the Nobel Prize? Like, who gives a fuck? That's a boomer award. It's like the what's it called? The movies, the Oscars. It doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. And a lot of you don't know who this guy, Robert Reich, is, but he was the labor secretary under Bill Clinton. So a lot of you weren't even around back when this guy was germane to politics. But like a fucking herpes infection, he's still there. And I don't know why he comes into my feed. I don't follow him. Maybe because I'm economics and he was Secretary of Labor a quarter century ago. But what is curious about him, and what I want to use him as an example of for you younger people, is for the love of God, don't become this guy. And I don't mean don't become a Democrat, although that too. Don't become a socialist, although that too. Don't become some whiny little bitch who never worked a real job in his life. I'm not, yeah, all that. Don't be, and how old are you, Rob? He's not watching. Fucking nobody compared to him. Robert Reich, how old is he? Yeah, he's 79 years old. Dude, when I'm 79, I mean, I might still be doing this. But if I had kids, right, and grandkids, if I was a normal person, if I'm 79 and I'm in, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, full count, I'm not going to go on the internet and spew my bullshit, right? Certainly not my hippie 60s free love and everything, man, bullshit. I understand if you care about society and want, but the message, I got it here. And every time, it's like once a quarter, I'll see a thing from Robert Reich. It's always the same fucking thing that these dipshit hippie boomers have been protesting since 1968. More free shit, man. Bring down the system, man. Don't trust no one under 30, man. Yeah, now's about the time not to trust anyone over 30. This is just the latest one. The 400 richest Americans are now worth a record $6.6 trillion. Well, yeah, stop printing off money. Did you adjust for inflation? The entire bottom 50% of America is worth just $4.2 trillion. Read that back. When 400 people control more wealth than half the country's population, we have a barrier. No, we don't. You washed up, low IQ, baby boomer commoner, you NPC. I don't know. Did the vast majority of Americans create? I mean, Bill Gates is obvious, and you disagree with Bill Gates all you want. The man did create effectively a multi-trillion-dollar company or trillions of dollars worth of worth. Yeah, there's going to 400 people. Yeah, there's going to be some exceptional people of a population of 8 billion. They're the innovators and creators of that. They're the ones who are going to have the wealth. Now, I understand if you have reservations about inherited wealth, in that case, talk to Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, Mark Dayton, Dean Phil. Oh, those are all Democrat. Oh. But yeah, there's going to be people who make more money than others, and some, especially with the Industrial Revolution and the more recent technological IT revolution. Yeah, some people are going to be tremendously rich. Yes, and Bill Gates having billions of dollars, or hundreds of billions of dollars of net worth does not affect me. Warren Buffett, I think he's still alive. I mean, I'm kind of like, well, good for you. That's good. And what it is this, that's all he is. Fucking 80-year-old man, still stuck like it's 1968, spewing envy. That's all it is envy and jealousy. Rob, aren't you somewhat wealthy? Dude, if I have the net, I'm sure he's got a higher net worth than me. If I got a multi-million-dollar net worth, I'm not going to be bitching and whining on the internet. I'm going to be doing something else. So I'm going to go fishing. I'm sure I'm happy. I'm not going to let envy and greed and jealousy and pettiness. I'd be like, well, good for you. You made a lot of money. That's great, man. Good for you. Whoever founded, I got my Buc-ee's shirt, right? I don't hate the man or the woman who founded Buc-ee's. I'm like, good for you. I appreciate what you did. I like your shirt. Got a bikini for my girlfriend. A little Buc-ee's right on her boobs. God bless America. And this guy, for his entire adult life, has just been mired in jealousy and pettiness. It's like college freshmen. Hey, man, the corporations and the rich all got everything, man. And you're doing it in your final days of life? Not only is the message old and childish and pathetic, it's like, where's your priorities, man? Is this the hill you're dying on? Your last days, you're gonna, like Hillary Clinton. I don't know what she's doing, but I gotta imagine maybe she's enjoying the last inning of her life. And just to let you know, look, I have reservations about capitalism and corporations and living wages and all that. But I got news for you, Rob, and all you other washed up boomers. It's from, if you permit me to give you a quote from a movie you might have seen, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I forget the actor, but he's talking to Paul Newman and Robert Redford. He says, "Don't you get it? It's over." Guys, your little ideology of socialism and communism will never work. Like, imagine this entire time, the 60s hippies generation, which is the drunkest of captains in charge of any ship. I think you young people know, given what they did to the millennials, that the boomers just should be told to shut the fuck up, and were like the worst leaders of America ever. And if your life priorities are so bad, you're not spending your time with your family and friends and enjoying life at the end, you're still bitching about this. You got to imagine how infuriating it is to these washed up hippies to see Donald Trump be president, and likely J.D. Vance. Likely. And they failed. You failed, Your Highness. Star Wars quote, if you care to change. And another thing that it's over, just so you guys know, you will never win. You communists and socialists, you might take over a country. You might win, you have plenty of American cities, but at the end of the day, your shit don't work. Your little hippie, pot-induced, pampered little, did you get a little baby powder on your asses there, privileged people? Your little fucking socialist utopia will never work. It just makes people poor. It makes them pissed off. It makes them angry. You waste people's lives. Again, oh God, don't get me started what I'd be doing to private equity and corporate bros right now. Don't get me, we joke. I only half joke. I wish I had $1 billion, because we're talking about, like, there was a comic book called Banker Hunter Cappy. Well, it'd be a comic book. We could turn it into like a video game. And I could give you prototypes and stereotypes of the bankers I had to deal with. If we could work our way up to the boss, I'm not like this blind, naive, academic utopian who's never worked a day in his life. I understand that there are some drawbacks and some things must need to be done in order to make a particular economic system work, particularly capitalism. But your socialism will never work. It'll never work. Personally, I hope you guys, like your last and final days, Donald Trump is president or J.D. Vance is president, and you're seeing everything you worked for that was so important to you, more important than your family, apparently, failed. You failed. Now you're relegated to Twitter. Yeah, tax the rich. Well, Bob has 5 jelly beans. You have 1. Go kill Bob. Can't you just say, well, how'd Bob get 5 jelly beans? Oh, you worked. Oh. Oh, the W word. And it's never going to work. It never will. Your entire life on this planet was wasted on an ideology that was failed. I mean, you might as well, and it's not a coincidence that it's leftists as well, trying to convince men that fat women are beautiful. That's as vain and impossible. Go ahead. Trying to get a system based on parasitism and no one working and envy and greed is as feasible as getting hot chicks to be fat through mere leftist indoctrination or feminist indoctrination, I'd guess. It's not going to happen. And I've taken a very relaxed and indifferent way. Like, I'm not the 79-year-old washed up hippie boomer whose entire life was get those rich bastards money. I mean, even when I had some of my best days in life was when Obama was in office. I had some fun times back then. I didn't let his existence or everyone voting to tax my money in Minnesota, taking my money, paying for illegal aliens, and, oh, let's go get more money for people now. Like, yeah, it pissed me off, but I was like, it's not going to ruin my life. I'm not going to be saying, I'll let the real world beat the shit out of my enemies. I don't have to lift a finger. So to you younger people, 2 important lessons. One, okay, maybe your God and your religion should not be an ideology based on envy, parasitism, anger, and jealousy, right? And somebody, whatever, wins the lottery in your neighborhood. Why not be happy for that person? I know a certain community, like, when are you going to spread the wealth? You think you're better than us? So that's one thing, because you're just going to be miserable. Someone's always going to have more than you. Someone's going to inherit. Like I hate Mark Dayton. He's a pathetic excuse for a man. Dean Phillips as well. I hate Nepo babies. And on the conservative side too. I have no respect for people but I'm not going to let Dean Phillips' fact that he's a Nepo baby ruin my life. I don't seethe hate the guy. Well, I mean, I hate the guy, but I'm not going to like, oh my God, Dean Phillips got more unearned money than me. I'm like, nah, he's pussy. What, not a real man. He inherited it. And the other, so what? Someone's got more money than you. Don't let it ruin your day. Don't make that, certainly don't make it your religion. And second, for the love of God, don't become so pathetic a boomer that you're like, yeah, like, is there any, okay, Robert Reich, former health secretary, not health, labor secretary. I think he's a professor of something or other, of course. At least it was an impressive political, no political career is a good career. You're all scum. But at least you can point to, he's a historical figure, right? There was an accomplishment in his life. But at the same time, him tweeting basic bitch jealousy tweets about tax the rich. Come on, baby, light my fire. It's on par with his cringe and sad and patheticness as watching these washed up paid boomers do protests and they don't even know what they're protesting about with their really shittily drawn signs, or worse, the pre-made manufactured ones. They don't know why they're there. They're just down with America, down with young people. I want more free shit. They don't even know they're getting paid their $8 an hour to supplement their Social Security or whatever. Come on, Grandma, get on out. That's how bad this is. Let me ask you this. Do you want to be the 80-year-old woman sitting out there with the best use of your Saturday, or I guess you're retired by that time, so it doesn't matter Saturday or not, but your free time, your last dwindling days in life, you want to be sitting there on a fucking paid protest, you're hopping on a bus, free immigrant video games, or whatever the hell, you don't even know what you're protesting. You want to be a whore? Do you want to be a political whore at 80 years old? And you want to be some hippie who doesn't realize it's over. Tax the rich. The rich somebody's got more than you. Right, yeah. I'm conservative libertarian and I disagree politically. But guys, when I'm 70, oh, sure, I'll probably spew something here or there. I'm going to be hiking. I'm going to be fishing, and I sure the fuck ain't going to be angry. Right? Last third of my life ain't going to be like the first 2/3. That's why I'm smiling like, yeah, look at that. Out when I'm hiking, I'm winning victory laps. Or at least get to a nuanced philosophy. Like, yeah, they get all the free shit in the world, but show me a happy Section 8 recipient. Show me a happy fat single mom whose kids are all obese because they got EBD. You show me the happy family. Show me the happy feminist. Is there a picture of Hillary smiling? If there is, it's probably when she was younger and idealistic. So there you go. Use him. Just a warning, right? I'm not even saying you can't vote that. I'm like, okay, fine. Go be a Democrat, but for the love of God, don't have it be your life. Ass bucket, $2. Bro, rich people, bad bro must protest. The bros want to be rich people, and they are the assholes where I understand people hate Republicans. Like your banker bros that fucking I can't say it, graped the American taxpayer. Those guys are your stereotypical Republicans, but they're too stupid to really think about it. Yeah, bro, Reaganauts, bro. Stan the Milkman, 8 Australian, could not sleep, so I'm walking before flying out to the mines to survey the up current classifier middlings feed. Yes, I do that commonly too. That's a favorite pastime. I too survey the up current classifier middlings feed. When isn't that a good time? It's a riot. With the bucket attached to a stick. Dude, Stan, could you take a picture and email me at asshole? I'd love to see that, man. I got to see that. Send me an email at asshole consulting. I'll email you back, and then you can send an attachment direct. Ass bucket, $5. Socialism equals wait for the bread. Capitalism is the bread waits for you. Yeah, and well, forget what is a more effective economic system. All socialism does is get everybody pissed off at somebody who has more than you. Unless you're the top dog, somebody always has more than you. And never says, hey, what can you do to improve your lot in life? It's always take money from that rich bastard over there. What'd he do to you? Well, he provided me a good operating system and a good service, and I willingly gave him my money. Oh, that bastard. We ought to go kill him. Oh, ass bucket, $2. Dayton moved his trust to South Dakota for tax. Of course he did. Of course. Look, it's a game to these rich trust fund baby Democrats. Mark Dayton didn't want to work, but he couldn't just sit there and consume resources. He had to go and have his ego stroked too. So he became governor, and the dopey, dumbass Minnesotans voted for him. Well, Mark Dayton, I remember Dayton department store. Dayton, good. Why so many immigrants in stealing $8 billion of our money through fraud? Oh, yeah, don't you know, gotta spread those ass cheeks a little. That's if you're wondering what the state, you got your state bird, and you got your state rock, and you got your state flag. The state sport in Minnesota is spreading your ass cheeks. That's what it is. Oh, yeah, don't you know? Come on in more ways than one, yeah. I gotta prove to my wife that I vote Democrat and I'm a good little boy, yeah. Then she touch peen. There you go. I just explained all of Minnesota to all of you. All right. Link below. is a book, okay? A book that evaluates, analyzes, and measures the success of the baby boomer generation. You say, what book would that be? Well, what way better to measure the success of a generation than the children they raised? And that's why I have a book called How Not to Become a Millennial. You want to look what happens when you all follow Robert Reich's advice and people like him, not just explicitly him, obviously. You want to see what happens? Look at the millennial generation. That's what they follow, that hook, line, and sinker. Hey, millennials, how's it going? Would you like to stop being poor and being a 42-year-old begging for a student loan bailout? Well, maybe go get How Not to Become a Millennial and see where you were lied to. And maybe you got to abandon some of those lies, like sit and wait for the bread to come to me. All right, see you guys later, Toodles.